Good afternoon, all. HA in the house. I had an issue with my older Kenmore dryer, and essentially Kenmore, Whirlpool, and a couple other makes are the same. And that was, it was not advancing, so the actual mechanism there was not advancing, and it was not heating up. So there's only a handful of things that can go wrong with these dryers. One of the most common items is the actual thermal fuse burning out. So I ended up finding in my situation, and that's what happened, that it actually burned out. And then the timer itself is not advancing and not working, and that was burned out as well. I tried the cleaning method that I've seen online with using steel wool, and that just was not working. So in my case, I went ahead and grabbed my handy dandy multimeter and put it to the sound portion, so it's ohms and then sound. And then you go to your thermal fuse, and this is the one we pulled out, and so if you touch your contacts, it will not make any sound and it will not register a number. I ended up finding brand new ones from Amazon, and if you touch the contacts, it makes a sound and it registers a number. So that was my first problem. The second was the timer is not working properly and not advancing. So my next portion, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to remove that, and it's pretty straightforward. You take the two screws out the front of the dryer, which in most cases is like that. They're built the same way. And the actual timer itself is on the back of this. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off, and then I'll show you how to get to the thermal fuse and get that removed as well. The timer itself is only held in by two small 1/4-inch screws or bolts. We'll go ahead and loosen those up and take them out. I've already done the loosening part, so you just go ahead and take these off. Take the timer out, and what we'll do is put them side by side, the old one and the new one, and replace the wires in the exact order that you got them, so that way we don't make any mistakes. Let's go ahead and do that. So the timer's back in, screwed it back in, and I replaced all the wires accordingly in its correct location, one by one. And the other three components that could potentially fail on these units are the two thermostats. There's one, and I took them out already, and it's the same idea. You take your handy dandy multimeter, and I put it on the sound, and go ahead and touch the two prongs. If they make a sound, it's working properly. Same with the other thermostat. You want to go outside prongs. And if it makes a sound, it's working properly. And the last thing is this thermal fuse, which is what burned out on my unit, along with the timer, and that is working properly now since we replaced it. Now I'm going to put the back panel on the dryer back on, screw it, and see if everything works. Okay, so everything is on. The last few items. There we go, all tight. And then we're good to go.